Hello folks, this is Ron back with another video on Ron Brown's YouTube channel where we cover a lot of drones, camera, and tech gear. But today's going to be a drone video, and not only a drone video, but a drone video with our favorite little new mini drone here, the DJI Mini 3 Pro drone, the latest iteration of DJI series of mini drones. They basically are the ones that basically created the under 250 gram camera drone, mini drone craze with the Mini 1 from a couple years ago, and then followed up with the very successful Mini 2, and now we're on to the Mini 3 Pro. And even though this has been released to a lot of fanfare and great reviews from the big channels, a lot of people have been reporting range issues. The European customers started getting theirs like over 2 weeks ago now, and we saw a lot of reports about range issues, not being able to go 300 meters, conking out less than 200 meters, going in a return to home. But a lot of that was written off that they have a different body that governs their radio signals from the FCC here in the U.S., and they're not allowed to broadcast as powerful signals or whatever. Discuss a little bit of this in a Ron talk, whatever. But to cut to the chase here, now the U.S. customers have had them for, they started getting the end of last week, and most people got their deliveries this week. But even the U.S. guys and Canadians are reporting that they're getting the same, weak transmission signal, 300 meters or less, and they're running into trouble. Even our friend up in Canada, air photography, Sean, has reported these issues. So anyhow, I've flown the thing a couple times, and I have the DJI RC Pro, which people say it could be the culprit because it doesn't have the antennas on it like the smart controller, or even the pop-up thing that you get on the RN1, RC1, the standard DJI controller for the last couple drones. So anyhow, I haven't specifically tested range. I've flown it a bunch of times, and I've never noticed any signal issues whatsoever, any loss of FPV. But again, I hadn't intentionally, tried to take it, far away from my home point. So this time I did kind of like a test I do a lot of times, where I fly from the Margate Fishing Pier down to the Ventnor Pier in the next town, and I took it out. It was a little over a little over 5,000 feet. Feet, yeah. I didn't do it meters. I did it feet, and I flew it until I lost visual line of sight to it. So when I lost visual line of sight, I turned around and brought it back to myself. And I've flown other drones in this same location before, so I've had a sense of what I was flying against. Like the Mini 2 can do this flight, the Air 2S of course could do this flight, Mavic 3 can do it with two hands tied behind the back. I think the Evo 2 Pro has also done this flight. So just to give you little parameters here, and that's kind of the setup for the video. So okay, sit back, watch the flight. I specifically want you to watch in the top, I did a screen recording at the end of the video. I throw kind of the the unedited footage off the memory card, so if you want to see the quality, 4K 30. But the memory, of course, the screen recorder is like a 1080p thing. But in the top right-hand corner of the screen, right by the the countdown timer of how much battery time you have left in your battery strength, watch the little, it's like kind of 4 or 5 little bars going up this way. That's your connection to the remote. I think it says RC right beside those bars too. And white is good, white and all the bars are good. And then when you lose bars, white bars, then that means you're losing signal. When it goes into yellow, that's your first warning that you're starting to lose connection. And then if you go into the red, then you're in big trouble. So just watch that particular part of the screen, upper right hand corner, so you see exactly what's going on with my connection as I go down towards the fishing pier. I'm trying to make like a beeline, and I kept it like under 200 feet. I know I could have did better if I'd have went up to like the 400 feet, or 399. But it was a little bit of wind out there. I mean, it was a gusty wind. I said in the video that was a gust up to 20. It was gust up higher than 20 in all actuality. So I was trying to keep it, below a certain height, so I didn't have to fight the wind. but also I sacrificed a little image transmission in doing that. So it was a real world situation. I mean, nothing's perfect. You never go out there and you have no wind or no sun or whatever, or something like that. So this kind of real world test where I had to adjust one factor for another factor. So anyhow, sit back and watch the video, and then we'll come back with some conclusions at the end here. So roll that video, Ron. Here at the Margate Fishing Pier, and we're going to do a little kind of a test flight with the DJI Mini 3 Pro. See where we got any of these range issues we keep hearing about. Lack of range, disconnections at close range. So we're gonna see what happens here. We're in a fairly good Wi-Fi environment here. We're gonna take off fly mostly over the water and so on. So this will be a good test. And I'm doing a screen recording on the DJI RC, so you'll be able to see what I'm seeing on the screen here. We got 19 satellites right now. We're at 95% battery life. So, let's get this bird in the air so we don't waste too much battery on the pre-show here. I'm going to take off. We're in Class G airspace. We checked no flight restrictions of any kind today, so we're good to go here. So 20 satellites in. So here we go. Alrighty, so we're gonna basically put this thing, we're gonna go up here a little bit here, get some height here. We're already on a pier that's like, 20 feet off the ground. So we're in photo mode right now. So let's snap a photo while we're in photo mode. We're just in JPEG here. We got Dr. Auto everything. So we're gonna take a photo. Okay, now we're gonna switch over the video. And we're in 4K 30. We're gonna do a Dr. Auto here because ignore the shutter speed on this video, folks. I don't have any ND filters. I've looked around for ND filters. Can't get any right now. So shutter speed is gonna be like through the roof here, like probably 1/1250 or something like that. So anyhow. Here we go. We're recording, screen recording, but screen record on device too. And here we go. We're gonna kind of stay out over the water here so we're not over anybody. A couple surfers down there, we'll avoid those. So let's go up just a little bit more. Okay, we're up. We got some wind here, so we'll see how she does in the wind. I think we got 11 mile per hour study, and maybe like a 20 20 gusts. So here we go. And we're watching our signal up here. This is it's almost summer here. It's a beach day here in Margate City. We're flying down towards Ventnor. So far we still have a good signal here. Gonna go up a little bit more. I think we're kind of flying into the wind here. So we're doing about 23 miles per hour. Gonna go a little bit higher. Okay, we're at 125 feet. And we're at almost 1,400 feet out, and no loss of signal yet. What am I trying to say here? We're flying in normal mode here. So if I'm speaking a little bit too loud, it's because a little wind out here. I'm using the mic off the, what do you call it? The DJI Pocket 2. So we're at almost 2,500 feet here, and we got no issues whatsoever here. We'll go up a little bit higher. The higher I go, the more wind I hit, but the better for the signal. All right, we went to the yellow at 32, about 3290. We're in the yellow.
So we're going to go up a little bit higher. And that brought us back into white. Okay, we'll push forward now. We're back in the yellow. Okay, so let's see. Let's go a little bit higher. Puts us back in the white. We have like, oh, there went the yellow. There went the white. And we're dangling between not having all the bars there. So, okay, we went to 175 feet. And let's push forward a little bit more. Okay, it's yellow again, white, yellow. It's bouncing back and forth. I'm almost made it down to the Ventnor fishing pier. Go a little bit higher here. Okay, we hit a little bit of yellow here. White again. A little bit higher. Okay, bouncing back and forth between yellow and white. Okay, I made over 5,000 feet. So I'm going to consider that a successful, successful flight here. So I'm going to turn around and come back. So we're going to stop that video. We're going to turn around and see if that makes a difference in the signal. Okay. Now we got the, well, it's bouncing back and forth. We're going to go into sport mode and get back here quickly here. So the video on the way back is not going to be that good. So we're just going to go to the screen recording here. Okay, we're coming back in sport mode. And yeah, we're coming back faster. So we got the wind at our back here at the tail of the drone. So we're coming back. We're going to lower just a little bit here. We get that full load thing. Not sure what quite that means, but you know, I didn't see it until I went into sport mode. But we're coming back, you know, real good. Signal strength is good. Yeah, of course we're looking into the sun now. It's getting clouding up down here, so you know, it's not looking that great here. But we're at you know, we're doing about an average of 26 to 25, 27 miles per hour. We're 3,200 feet. Oops. Kind of staying out over the ocean here. All right, and we're coming back here. You see the Margate Pier in front of us here. Couple of surfers out there, you know, a couple board surfers. We're going to try to not go over them. Of course, them being at ocean, the least of their problems is the drone coming down on them. All right, so we're at 1,600 feet. We're almost back. So yeah, you know, just to summarize here already, you know, almost done this part of the video. I don't see any, I didn't see issues at range. That's about the same performance I'd have got from the Mini 2 or the Air 2S may have done slightly better, and the Mavic 3, of course, gets down there without almost any signal drop. But you know, I don't see any issues here really with the range on mine, but I know it's an issue out there for many folks, and I hope they can get that sorted out in a future firmware update, because we want to get everybody, you know, flying perfect here or whatever, get the signal strength they think they should. All right, so that only took about about less than 9 minutes to get there and back. You know, I did some, you know, fooling around here, cut a few minutes off here, so.
I hope you enjoyed that range test of the DJI Mini 3 Pro. I thought it did really well. You know, again, I know these people are having issues, and it's real issues because a lot of people that are, you know, veteran drone flyers and have had the other DJI drones have reported this issue. So I know it's real, but I didn't see any, you know, issues at all. I mean, I went to the yellow, back and forth a couple times, kept going back the way, but I never lost, you know, FPV. I never lost control of the drone. It never went into return to home. I probably could have gone a lot further, but again, you know, I try to keep these line of sight, you know, try to keep these legal flights before I, you know, so I didn't want to go any further, but I had the feeling I could have gone, you know, further. And if I'd have raised up to 300-400 feet, I probably could have gone much further with it. So I didn't see any issues on my, this a dedicated kind of range test, limited, you know, line of sight range test. And in all my casual flying, where, you know, I wasn't really purposely trying to range test. I haven't seen any loss of connection either. Yeah, I've seen it go in the yellow sometimes or whatever, but you know, but I've never had any issues with forced return to home or anything like that. So that's my experience. Your experience, of course, is going to be different with the drone. Every flight, every, you know, situation as far as, you know, interference, wind, signal strength, how many satellites you grab. It's all, every flight's different. So, but for me, I could fly this in the same locations I did the Mini 2 and get at least the same range or signal strength, if not a little bit better. Again, I know that's not everybody's use case scenario. So I hope this is an issue that can be solved through a firmware update that will correct the you know, people's drones who are having the issue. I don't know why my firmware would be any better than the firmware you have in your drone that's not having the connection. I don't have an answer for what the issue is. You know, hardware, firmware, issues of where you live. I do not know at this point. We're kind of just going down the early stages road trying to figure things out. But again, people like Philly Mike, you know, my buddy Philly Drone over there, he's getting great range on him. He's about like maybe 60 miles almost directly west of me, you know, but he's in a whole different Wi-Fi environment than I am. So who knows at this point, but we're going to keep on top of this and keep kind of digging into it. So that's it for today's video. Don't forget to like the video if you got anything out of it. Subscribe to the channel if you already are. And because I see a lot of people leave me comments, and it's a little icon that shows me people in the comments who are subscribed to my channel. And a lot of you, a lot of you folks, I see you in the comments all the time, but you're not actually subscribed to the channel. And the thing is, you probably think you're subscribed because you were at one point and you got unsubscribed. So please, make sure you're still currently subscribed to the channel. And while you're in there, hit that bell, ring notification bell, so you know when I put new videos up on the Mini 3 Pro, the Autel Nano Plus drone, the Mavic 3. I'm still doing DJI Air 2S videos, and more to come. Again, that, and we got a new button now too. Before I almost left too early, we got a new button called the share button there, somewhere to the right of the like button, where you can actually donate a little bit to the channel. I think you can start out as low as $1.99, and it just helps me. Any contribution you give the channel help me buy, more. Obviously, $1.99 is not going to be drones, but a couple people leave $1.99 is going to give me enough money to get ND filters, hard cases, landing gear, all the things you like to see. Reviewed alongside the drone. Help me get them in, get them reviewed, get them posted, help everybody out there make a wiser shopping decision going forward for their favorite drone. So that being said, get out there and fly safe, and see you in the next one, folks.